Hey there, it's Melissa and welcome back to my channel. So I'm back today for the Hip Kit Club, and my assignment is to make a mini album and use the existing Pocket Life cards and dress them up with layers. So I've just pulled 6 of the cards. I've punched a hole in them and you'll see why in a sec. I'm not going to go through these now, you'll see them as I make this. I've got some photos which I'll explain in a sec, but what I've done is taken that beautiful coffee cup cut file from the August cut files, and I really was really keen to use it, so I'm so happy that I can use it for this. And I have not made this part on camera because this would probably take me, this would take up the whole video of just making this, but I've cut it, I've sized it so it's going to work with these inside of it. And then I've cut it on this beautiful grey cardstock from the cardstock kit, and then I've backed it with some of the pattern papers. These pattern papers, well, that's actually cardstock, but these pattern papers are from the main kit, and then this beautiful one is from the pattern paper add-on kit. And I've also done some little hole reinforcers just to make it stronger. I have also cut it. So I cut, sorry, I'm not explaining this very well. So I backed my cut file, and then I also cut some pattern paper to place behind it so you wouldn't see, the details of me filling in the cut file. And then for the back cover, I've cut it on grey cardstock, and I've also used the textured side on the outside. So textured side, more hole reinforcers, and then I've cut this beautiful piece of pattern paper and hole reinforced. So the idea is that it will be a flip book mini album, and I've got somewhere on my desk one of the little rings that will hold it together, and my plan is you'll flip it up, and I've got these photos, 6 photos of coffee that I've taken over the past that's a Christmas one, so over the past year, and I have looked on Pinterest for some quotes about coffee, and my plan is to have the quotes, hopefully, if they fit the photo. It might not work, we'll have to see how we go. And then build my layered embellishments down here. So that's the plan. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay these all out so you can see, and then I'll just get to work on them. So often when I make a mini album, I'm not working just solely on one page, I'm working on all of them at once. I've got my washi tape here to know not to go below the line so that you can still see what I'm doing. I'm not sure how long this will take, or whether I'll film all of it, but when we get to the end, I'll give you a walkthrough of the finished album if I don't end up filming all of it. So yeah, let's get started. Okay friends, you're going to want to buckle into this video. I do know how long it took now, and it's quite long, so get yourself a cup of coffee, whatever it is you like to enjoy to drink, and maybe even get your scrapbooking supplies, get your hip kit out and work along with me, because what I ended up doing was filming, I think, all of it, and I've left it in because I don't know, it might be interesting to you to watch my process from a bare Pocket Life card to a fully dressed one. So yeah, I hope you enjoy this. I am going to talk through all of it, so if you like scrapping and listening to someone chatting, you might feel like you're, I don't know, at a crop with me. I hope that's how this video makes you feel. So yeah, let's get into it. So what I pulled first for my first layer was the Pink Fresh Studio background stamp that comes in the stamp kit. And I love that Hip Kit has a stamp kit. Definitely worth getting if you love stamping. And I think that this particular stamp is going to be so versatile, and I'll use it in so many different ways. So I stamped it with some gold ink just from my stash. It was a tiny little ink block. I don't even know where I got it from, but I've had it for years. And I just stamped it on the bottom of 2 of the cards just to add some subtle feature. And I will cover some of it, but when I come to working with those particular cards, I do make a real effort to make sure it's seen. So my first process, I guess, is, as you saw, I laid all the cards out, and then I've gone through all of the kits and I've pulled out elements that I think are going to work. So I'm not really wanting to use any autumn or fall themed specific embellishments, because this, although it is full of they're fall-themed kits. These are not fall photos, although you could say that they look like they are because of the colour of the coffee. So this is pretty standard for me to work on an album all at once with every single page. Unless it's December daily, then I'm very specific with what I'm going to do for each page. But in this instance, the little pages, I've limited myself to 6 pages. Because I'm adding layers of embellishment, I know they're going to get chunky, and I didn't want the album to be so big that when it's closed, it looked like it could barely close. I like it to look chunky though, and it definitely looks chunky, but it looks, I wanted the coffee cup to sit flat, I guess. So there's no sort of rhyme or reason as to why I jump to certain cards. I look at the embellishments and I don't even know if I think, to be honest. I think some of this comes naturally to me with my style from scrapbooking for so long. I just grab what I think will work and place it where I think it will work. And I haven't committed too much to gluing anything at this point. I knew I wanted this card with the owl that says wise words. I wanted that to be the first card in my album. And I put my favourite quote on there from Gilmore Girls, which is, first I drink the coffee, then I do the things. And that is probably one of the most common or commonly used, most popular coffee quotes that I see everywhere, and I love it. Another thing I did to add some texture and interest was to machine stitch around all of the cards in gold thread, and yes, I've well and truly broken out of my white thread. I wouldn't call it obsession, I'd call it more laziness of not wanting to change the thread. And I love how metallic thread looks, so I'll definitely be doing that again. And I also, as you saw at the beginning, distressed the edges of all of the cards with my little close to my heart edge distresser. And I think that helps give a bit more interest. So when you're wanting to layer embellishments, you want to think about what you're working with. So I have pulled products from Crepe Paper in the Marigold collection by Maggie Holmes, Days of Splendor by Pink Fresh Studio, and The Avenue by Pebbles. I have to say also that that paper that I used on the front of the album to make the actual coffee cup, I think that was a Heidi Swap old school one. I may have to check and let you know. But it's beautiful and it looks so good. You can get lots of beautiful keep cups or reusable coffee cups. And I love that. Yeah, that just reminds me of how beautiful they can be. So I've also got chipboard. Yeah, let's go through what I've pulled. I've got chipboard, clear stickers, the Pink Fresh stickers, which are not clear. I've got the Maggie Holmes puffy stickers. I've got the, I think it's from Pebbles, the wooden frames. What else have I got? Enamel dots. I don't bring them in until the end. And then I've got, from Pink Fresh, I've got like the floral ephemera and a few other bits of ephemera. So I've got a lot of different types of embellishments that I want to work with, and when you're going to be layering, you want to think about what is going to be the bottom layer. And I think in this instance I've started with the stamping, because once I commit to putting things down, I can't go back and stamp with a background stamp. So I've got my stamping and I've got clear stickers. So those are the kind of things that are going to want to be on the bottom of the layers. Although as we go on, you'll see that I embellish the wooden frames with the clear stickers, which, by the way, I'm so happy I did that because they look amazing with either the black clear stickers or the coloured clear stickers from that little Marigold sticker book. Another thing I've done to make my life easier, and I find this hard, I don't know why, I like things to be ordered and I like things to stay together, but I took apart the sticker book because I was having trouble flipping through it, and you can see now, because I've taken it apart, I can just place them all next to me and go through them easily and see what I've got to work with. And because I've got all of the kits, they are all amazing. There's so much product. And if you like small embellishments, I'd highly recommend getting the Pocket Life kit. And I think I've said this before, I don't do Pocket Life, I do the occasional pocket page, but I love using all the smaller embellishments to add to my layers, to add to my layouts, my mini books, even Traveler's Notebooks. So yeah, for me, the main kit on its own would not be enough. I can still make beautiful layouts with it. And I think we have a day that we use the main kit only. Let me just check. It's on Thursdays, and I've got that coming up in a couple of weeks. And you know, you can totally make beautiful layouts with the main kit only. But if you love a lot of embellishment, then definitely get the embellishment kit and the Pocket Life kit. But I will say, you know, almost spoilt for choice, totally spoilt for choice on what to use. So here I went and wrote journaling kind of that goes with the photo, and I realized later on that I shouldn't have done that because I want this to be quotes. And I think it's because that's a photo of a coffee I got at church last year during December. The table was decorated beautifully for Christmas, and it was kind of a Christmas coffee. And I took a photo because they had soy milk that day and I could have one. But yeah, as I go on, you'll see that I'm not happy with that, what I wrote up there. It's not the content that I'm not happy with. I'm not happy with the fact I described the photo, and I come back in with another quote. So yeah, I don't think, like, for me, most of my albums that I make, mini albums, will be journaling about the photos or the event that, or whatever, that I'm scrapbooking. But in this instance, this album's a bit different. It's more about my love of coffee and my favourite quotes. So, I mean, there's not really much to say. I don't remember all of these coffees. Most of them I do. In fact, maybe I do. The one with the frame that I'm working on there, that's actually a coffee that I took at Coronet Peak last year when I went snowboarding with my daughter. We stopped for a coffee, and I snapped that photo. And I know that's up there because I recognise the view, and I can see my gloves, I think, off to the side. So here, adding some clear stickers. So yeah, you do want to think about what you're going to add in terms of clear translucent embellishments, because like I said, they need to go at the bottom. Or, you know, occasionally you can put them on white space on the photo. So here you can see that I'm covering up my quote with a little, I guess it's a little journaling piece, and the quote is, "My coffee is strong and so am I." And I love that. Although I'm not drinking black coffee, but I still definitely have a double shot. I don't think I ever have a single shot coffee. To me, it's not strong enough. And I'm pretty much a strong person. Yeah, I can be stubborn. I don't sway from decisions that I make very often. So that's a perfect quote for me. And it's covered up that little journaling mistake that I made. So I've got that little coffee cup with flowers, or teacup with flowers, from the Pebbles, the Avenue sticker sheet. That collection is absolutely gorgeous. Got some really sweet little pieces in it, as you can see to the left there. And I did want to use that Happy Little Moments little banner piece. I know Maggie Holmes puts that, it's like her saying, and she puts that into most of her collections, and I love it too. So I had this little gap next to the "coffee is always a good idea" quote, which I must add that I added that with the Pink Fresh mini alphabet stickers that come in the Pocket Life kit. And I was so happy to be able to fit a full quote with those letter stickers, because it's nice to have a mix of your own handwriting and, you know, using other ways to journal. So just here, what's the word? I haven't gone ahead and glued that banner, that chipboard banner yet, because I wanted to add a couple of leaves underneath, and I've gone with the black translucent crepe paper sticker, and then I've gone with one of the gold thickers stickers, and those stickers are absolutely beautiful. They're quite a thin enamel type texture, but more bendy than like straight enamel, and they are stunning. So I had to add this little coffee cup or teacup. I had to make it work somewhere, and that little gap on my quote is perfect. So that's that card. So you can see I don't work in order. I'm trying to think how I do it, because like I said, it does come naturally to me. When I say it comes naturally, I mean I don't really think about what I'm doing, I just do it. And I do jump back and forth with the cards as well. So sometimes when I make a mini album, I will get the photos down. If I'm using pattern paper, then I don't add many other paper layers. I'll get the photos down, usually probably not use foam, but because this is a flip album and there's room for it to there's room for layers and dimension because it's not a bound album, so I'm not worried about the amount of dimension I add, and I've limited myself with the 6 pages anyway. So what am I trying to say? I work where my eye goes, so I might be working on this one, and then I'll, like, for in particular, the captured blue card is the one I struggled with the most, and I don't know if it's because the frame is quite small or because I went ahead and glued that floral piece immediately without really thinking too much. I do come back and add more to that one to make it work for me, because at the moment it's a bit bare compared to the rest. The one I'm working on now, the purple one, I absolutely love. It might be my favourite one of the 6. The coffee photo is beautiful. The art on the coffee is beautiful, and I just love how it looks with the chipboard flare and then the little gold heart on top of it. So yeah, just if you are going to use these gold thickers, you'll want to add some extra liquid adhesive, especially if you're gluing them onto wood like I'm doing. I would probably add extra anyway, just to be sure. Just working with another piece of flare here. I also struggled with this card. I really wanted to use the chipboard like sprig of peach and flower. I just thought it looked really cute, and it added a bit more dimension, and it's an element that's off the page or off the card, so that's why I really wanted to use that one. So just working, obviously I have to work on what I'm putting underneath that peach piece of chipboard, and then there's that beautiful flare piece, chipboard flare from Pink Fresh. They're really gorgeous, and I guess it's a coffee cup, and so it's going to work perfectly. Sometimes when I'm layering, I have to be honest, I struggle with covering up embellishments, but I love the look of them all layered together. So, you know, you need to work out what you want to be seen and what's going to be partially seen. Here I discovered how good the coloured translucent stickers look on the wood grain, or on the wood, not wood grain, wood veneer. Really super cute. I'm so happy I did that, and I want to do it again on the other frames that I have left. But these are the Pink Fresh ephemera pieces, lots of fall themed ones obviously, so I'm not, like I said, I'm not using them, but you know, you can make very specific themed embellishments. You can make them work for anything really, and in fact that's one of the challenges that I love about scrapbooking. And one thing I do love about hip kits, I know this is a very fall themed kit because that's the season that most of you are in at the moment, but just because it's fall themed, I don't, like I just said about, you know, fall themed embellishments, fall themed photos, you don't have to make fall themed projects. But what I love about hip kits is that often their kits aren't really themey, so you can really make them work for anything. And because I'm always in the opposite season, I think I've explained this in a video before, I love it because I can scrap photos of the season that's been, so I could scrap this year's autumn photos with the kits. That probably makes no sense at all to you because I've just told you how I love that hip kits are not themey. When I say they're not themey, they are not themey in the sense of here's a Disney kit, here's a girl kit, here's a boy kit. You can make them work with anything. That's what I'm trying to say. So yeah, you can see, I guess you can see my thought process here of sort of going back and forth, going through the embellishments again. I think now I'm just adding the finer details, and yeah, I'm actually at my final touch of adding enamel dots, and I just added 2 to each one. I don't specifically have to adhere to the rule of 3s and put 3 enamel dots down. I just like that I've done the same thing on each card and added 2. And I don't overthink where I put them either. I mean, I don't want to be agonizing on where things go. I had this details card. It's like a prompt for journaling really. I've got it there, but at the same time I'm just stacking these up in the order that I want them and sticking them on the ring. And I'm sorry I'm off camera a bit here. I kind of got in the zone and just, yeah, was really keen to see this come together. So that's when I'm realising that although I've kept this one-sided, I do want to add something on the back of my cover, so I'm just writing about my love of coffee. So I'm just going to glue that down and then add a floral embellishment and a gold thickers embellishment. No enamel dots to that page, and that will be it. So yeah, you're just going to watch me add that, and then I will get into a walkthrough of the finished album. Oh yeah, and then of course I realise I need to give a title to this little album as well. I thought of many things, but I decided to call it Latte Love because in my little journaling on the back of the cover, I talk about my love for lattes, which is my favourite coffee by far. So yeah, that's all I've really got to say. I just had to work with which of these letters were going to work because they have different styles of letters, which I love as well, and they're just absolutely beautiful. So yeah, we'll get on to the walkthrough of it in a second. I just switched the E out there because I didn't like how it was looking. Okay, so here is my finished album. I've pretty much filmed everything that I did for this, but because I haven't edited my video, I'm just finished it literally now and then moving on to the flip through. So I don't know whether I will keep everything in the video, but anyway, the last thing I did was add my title, so I've called it Latte Love because that's my coffee of choice. I've put this little details card here from Pink Fresh with these two embellishments. That's crepe paper, that's Pink Fresh, and I've just put on this details card, oh how much I love a good soy or almond latte, and then I've put October 2020 because that is the date, or that's the month that I've made this. So yeah, as you would have seen, I stitched around the cards, and it's probably not much to say because I would have said it already in my voiceover, but I'll just take you through it. So this one is first I drink the coffee, then I do the things. Apparently that's a Gilmore Girls quote, which I love, and I see people use that quote all the time, and it's probably one of my favourite coffee quotes. So you can see here how I've built my layers with a mix of clear stickers and then other not clear stickers, layering floral clusters, a coffee cup, and a puffy sticker. I added this little like a star kind of thing just to pull in the black from this, and of course my stamping underneath as well. And then here, this one I wrote something and I didn't like it, so I found a quote, my coffee is strong and so am I, and I love that. And so yeah, this is a Christmas coffee at church, and I've just kind of embellished around it and tried to layer as well. I love how the gold stitching is looking. This one, I've done two areas of layering really, underneath the memories of our good life on the card, and then I've built my layers all to the side here. We've got clear stickers, flower cluster, a leaf, one of the flare, chipboard flare, and then a puffy heart. A couple of enamel dots on every page. Coffee is always a good idea. It's a great quote. A mix of clear stickers, pebble sticker, the chipboard, the translucent leaf, the gold leaf, floral cluster. Another one, this one I've incorporated the wooden frame. Yeah, you can see it all there, floral cluster. I struggled a little bit with this one, but I'm happy with how it turned out. And I love putting the stickers on the wooden elements too. Another page with a wooden frame. I may actually go and change the order of this so I don't have two wooden frames in a row. I may do that. So yeah, wooden frame slightly off the card, and then piece of chipboard, a flare, a gold heart, stickers, and a puffy bow, and some more stickers here, and enamel dots. So yeah, if you head on over to the blog post, which I've linked below, you'll be able to see more details and more description there. So thank you so much for watching.